If you've recently moved into a newly built condominium or HOA community, you might be shocked to find that your beautiful new neighborhood has basically no reserve funds. Or maybe you're wondering why that brand new clubhouse is already showing wear and tear after just a couple years. You're not alone. Most new homeowners don't realize that the financial foundation of their community was deliberately undermined from the start, long before residents ever took control of the board. Let's be real about this. Developers build communities to sell units, that's it. And they know that lower monthly dues make those homes much easier to sell. This creates a huge conflict of interest that's going to impact your community for years to come. Developers set your assessments way too low on purpose. They're kicking the can down the road because they've set everything up to avoid responsibility later. Your community documents probably have carefully crafted language that makes it impossible to hold them accountable for those low dues. And since reserve funding is a judgment call, they've given themselves plenty of cover. Here's the truth. By the time those major repairs come due 5, 10, or 15 years later, the developer will be long gone. Meanwhile, your board is stuck with an impossible choice. Hit everyone with huge special assessments or watch your community slowly deteriorate. Another thing most homeowners don't get, management companies have almost zero power during developer control. When homeowners complain about issues, they often blame the management company without realizing their hands are completely tied. The management company is just carrying out the developer's orders, including sticking to those artificially low budgets that don't cover proper maintenance or reserves. This puts management companies in a tough spot. They need those developer relationships to grow, but risk damaging their reputation by being associated with underfunded communities. Plenty of good management companies have taken the fall for decisions that they had absolutely no say in. The transition from developer to homeowner control is really a turning point for your community. It's your chance to reset expectations and get your finances on solid ground. When residents take over a board, it's tempting to immediately fire the management company because you're frustrated with how things have been going. But I'd encourage you to reflect and look at the management companies for what they can actually do, including your current one. How they performed under developer control probably doesn't show their true capabilities. Look for partners who will tell you the honest truth about your community's finances, even when it's not what you want to hear. One of the biggest hurdles you'll face is that everyone's used to those artificially low dues set by the developer. Both board members and residents will be shocked when they see what the dues actually need to be to properly fund the community. It's tempting to keep dues low to stay popular with your neighbors, but that's not being a responsible board member. If you don't make this tough transition to proper funding levels, you're basically choosing to kick the can further down the road and guaranteeing those painful special assessments later on. The good news? New communities usually have some breathing room before major reserve expenses hit. You might have 10 to 15 years to build up those reserves properly if your community was built all at once. But watch out with phased developments. If your community was built in stages over several years, your earliest sections may need significant repairs much sooner. In some communities where developers took 10 years to finish all the phases, by the time they handed over control, some areas already needed major repairs within just a few years, with no money set aside to fix them. As you take over from the developer, just know that you're almost certainly inheriting underfunded reserves. This isn't unusual. It's just how developers operate. Your first step should be getting a reserve study and an honest look at what your community really needs financially. Compare that with your current budget and start making a realistic plan to close the gap, even if it means gradually raising assessments to levels that make sense long term. When looking at your management company, judge them on whether they're willing to be straight with you about finances and help with the long-term planning, not on limitations they faced when the developer was calling the shots. The choices you make during this transition will determine whether your community thrives or struggles for years to come. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.